Hey guys, so it's November. How is it already November? This year is flying by. I can't believe everything that's happened this year so far. I mean, like, I graduated college and I got my first full-time job. It's weird. It's been a very interesting year. But today we are going to talk about my October favorites, and I have a couple fashion ones. They're mostly beauty. I have some random ones that I'll throw in at the end. But yeah, so I hope you guys had a fun Halloween and are looking forward to the holidays because I cannot wait for Thanksgiving and Christmas. They're my absolute favorite. Alright, so we will get into the favorites now before I go on a rant about holidays. Alright, so yeah, start with my two fashion favorites. And okay, so for the first one, we have this black leather jacket from Express, and it has the cool zipper detail on the sleeves and on the pockets and everything. And I love this because I got it last year from Plato's Closet, actually, and it was really cheap. But it's originally from Express, and it's in really good condition still, but it already looks worn, which that's how I like black leather jackets, or leather jackets in general. I like them to look like they've already been worn a lot because I feel like that is when they look the best, not when they're like still stiff and you can tell that they're new and they haven't really been broken in. I love that like well-loved look. So yeah, that's my absolute favorite. I've been wearing it since it's been really chilly lately, and I don't even want to think about the snow yet, but it's coming. Alright, so for my second favorite, they're these black booties from Rue 21, actually, and they have these really cute buckles on the back, and they're the perfect height because they're probably like a 2-inch heel, and it's chunky, so they're perfect for like when it gets a little slipperier outside but you still want to look cute. And I've been wearing them to church a lot because that's actually something that I've been doing this month, is I went back to church. Alright, so those were my two fashion favorites. And now we're going to get into beauty / makeup. They're all kind of just like jumbled up in there. Alright, so my first favorite, I actually just tried these out this month, and I loved them so much that I accidentally bought a second pair, and I didn't know it. But they're the Kiss Look So Natural Pretty lashes, and they have the tapered end, which I love because they're not as like, hey, look at me, I've got fake lashes on, even though you definitely, you have fake lashes on, but they don't look as crazy and dramatic, and I love them. But yeah, so that's one thing, and I'm hoping to start wearing fake lashes in general a little more, because I do like the look of them, and there are some YouTubers that wear them all the time, and I love it. But yeah, so that hopefully will be something that is coming this month. Maybe that'll be my favorite for November. Alright, and next is an old favorite, and it's the Stay Matte Powder in Transparent, and love this. Loved it when I used to use it, but I got back into using it this month. So I've been using the CoverGirl Clean one for a while, but nope, still absolute favorite, and it's pretty cheap. It's awesome. It does have a little bit of a white cast, but that's actually good for me because like when I do contouring or bronzing, it tends to come up a little darker than I want it to, even if I use like the lightest shade possible, but that's just because I'm so pale. So this is wonderful at kind of muting that out. Next would be my L'Oreal True Match foundation in Alabaster. I had never tried this out, but I was at Ulta with my mama, and I was like, hey mom, I need a new foundation, and she even recommended this one because it's been around for a little while, and it's wonderful. All of the things on YouTube, yes, all true. It's just a really good product, and it's good for me because even though I have dry skin and it's going to get drier as the months go on, it's actually not really bad. It does take a little bit of blending and it does oxidize a tiny bit, but it's really good, especially for the price and how much you get in here. Alright, a hair favorite of mine this month was the Garnier Fructis Full and Plush Mega Full Thickening Lotion. Love this stuff. It is wonderful, especially if you're like me and you kind of go a couple days without washing your hair sometimes, and it doesn't get flat after like the second day, where I know a lot of times my hair at least gets flat like the second or third days, and not necessarily greasy, but it just kind of loses all of its volume. But this is really good at keeping it for longer. And it also has extra strong hold, which it's good because it holds the volume and everything, but you don't need hairspray, so it doesn't make it like crunchy, which is really good. And also it doesn't make it feel any different than your normal hair. So it's a good way to get hold without actually having to put hairspray or anything stickier on your hair. Alright, another favorite, because as you guys know, I have dry skin. And it's the End Spa by Nirvana Spa Fresh Sweet Raspberry Rich Body Butter. And I actually got this from Walmart, and I was kind of just like, yeah, I need a body butter. But I didn't want to spend an arm and a leg on it, because sometimes I forget to, you know, put it on a regular basis because I'm busy. So I got this one, and it smells so good, and I've already used a chunk of it. And I'm not usually a fruit fan in scents, but this one is so good because it's like, I don't know, it's just kind of sweet. It's not really necessarily like fruity, which is nice because I don't tend to wear fruity smelling perfumes, so it would kind of clash a little. I usually go for like the sweet one, so this one's really good and it works really well, and it absorbs super quickly, and it doesn't leave you greasy like a lot of the really heavy, thick, more expensive ones do, so wonderful. Okay, and next is a face product that I've been in love with literally since I've been in college, and it's the Clean and Clear Persagel 10 acne spot treatment, and it's wonderful. It is the highest strength acne medication you can actually get over the counter without having to have a prescription, so this is wonderful. It's actually 10% peroxide, and usually Clean and Clear actually would break me out, like face washes and all that always did, but this one works really well. And salicylic acid, which is in a lot of the acne treatments, does not work for me. It actually breaks me out more, and it's not pretty, but this one is wonderful, and my skin has been going crazy this month, so this was a lifesaver. Alright, my next favorite is actually hair, and it's the Physicians Formula Glow Pearls Highlighter in Translucent Pearl, which is, just beautiful. I just love it. I love it. But it also goes really well with the e.l.f. Professional Bronzing Brush, and this was $1 brush, and it says it's for bronzing, but I find it doesn't blend out well enough if you actually use it like in your contour area, but it's wonderful for getting just like the C cheekbone highlight going on and down your nose because it's thin, and it kind of like packs the product on, which is good for highlighter, not for contouring so much, but it's really good to concentrate for your highlighters, and it's wonderful, and it's $1. Swear by these, especially together. Alright, next is a cult favorite, and it has been for so long, and it's the Maybelline Color Tattoo by Eye Studio in Bad to the Bronze, and it is wonderful. I love it. I wear it under eyeshadows mostly. I don't really tend to wear it by itself because it does take a lot of blending, and I don't have time for that. So I just kind of put it on as a base and then put some eyeshadows from the palette that I'm going to talk to you about next on top, and it just makes them a lot more shimmery and beautiful, and it actually stays on there for, I mean, this says 24 hours. I would not be surprised if it actually did last 24 hours at least, because I can put it on in the morning, be really lazy, and wake up in the morning after I didn't wash off my eye makeup, and it can still be there, and it is lovely. And it's actually, I mean, pretty inexpensive. They're usually on sale like at Rite Aid, which is where I get mine, or Walmart, so definitely check these out. And if this color isn't right for you, if you don't like the bronzy look to it, they have a lot of other ones. They have a good champagne-y colored one. They have some bright colors if you want to go that route, so definitely check these out. And next, I have this Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palette, which is, here, I'll take this brush out so it's not flying all over the place, which is beautiful. I'm in love with this, and it was only, I think it was $8 from Ulta. I actually hauled it in my fall haul if you want to watch that, and these colors are gorgeous. Like, it's the perfect amount of like pinks and golds and rose golds, especially since those are really popular right now, so definitely check it out. They have a couple different colors. I know they have like a purpley grayish palette, and then they have like a plain neutral brownie one, but I wanted to go with that one because it has the pinks in it, which I don't actually have a lot of pink, and I don't tend to gravitate towards it, but these ones are beautiful, and all of the colors go really well together. Like, there are some palettes where you're like, yeah, those couple colors go well, and those couple colors go well, but they don't all go well together, but these do, and they're beautiful. And they stay on really well. So that in combination with the color tattoo, all the thumbs up. Alright, next I have the e.l.f. Studio Blush in Mellow Mauve, and it's this beautiful blush, and it doesn't really look it, but it's actually really shimmery, and it's really nice because it's a nice fall color, but it's not like too mauvey, because it's not too purplish, which is kind of how most mauves tend to go. This is just a really general, like, all around just good color for, I think, any skin tone really. And I love it. It does take a little bit of applying to get some pigmentation, but it's worth it. It was only $3, so can't go wrong with that. Alright, next is the Maybelline New York Fit Me Concealer in Light. And I know everybody raves about this, and I'm kind of one of those people, like, if everybody likes it, I'm a little hesitant to actually go out and buy it because I don't want to be a follower. But this is wonderful. There's so many reasons why people are right when they say that they actually really love this. It's creamy, it covers like no other, and it blends out really easily. I think this is probably the best drugstore concealer you can get without spending an arm and a leg. So yes, definitely check this out. I will say though that the light color is not as light as it could be, but it's not that bad, because if you're concealing, you actually should go a little darker than lighter, because lighter draws more attention to it. So yes, all the love in this. Alright, my last beauty favorite would actually be the Rimmel Gel Eyeliner, and the little brush it comes with, because it's actually not a bad brush. And it's the Rimmel Gel Eyeliner, I think it's 24 hour wear or something like that. And I just got it in black, and it's wonderful, and it's waterproof, and yes, like, I know people shy away from Rimmel, but don't. It's wonderful. 2 things out of my favorites were Rimmel, yeah. So definitely give this a shot if you want a good waterproof gel eyeliner from the drugstore. Yes, yes. Alright, so that's it for my beauty favorites. So my random favorites for the month. TV show, definitely One Tree Hill. And I know it's a throwback, and I mean, it's been off air for years, probably a good like 10 years, but it's just good. Like, it's really good. If you get into like Gossip Girl, 90210, Pretty Little Liars, those kinds of like fun high schoolish shows, you'll definitely get into this. And it also, like, it spans from when they are in high school to when they're actually in the real world, and they're very relatable characters, and they're cute, the guys. So yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't. I think they're all on Netflix. It's just a good show. I think there's like 9 seasons, so it's definitely a good binge show, especially when the weather gets cold and you don't really want to go outside and you just want to stay in bed all day. Watch One Tree Hill. It's wonderful. Let me know if you either watch it or you have watched it and you love it, and tell me who your favorite character is, because mine would definitely be Brooke Davis. She is my all-time favorite character. She is just awesome. I love her, especially in the latest seasons when she's an adult and she's figuring out her life and she's got a lot going on, because I can really relate to her, and I think a lot of you probably can too. So yes, check that out. Let me think. Okay, song of the month, Adele's Hello. I'm in love, obsessed, just in general, love Adele, but the song kind of hit close to home, and it's just a really good song. I think a lot of you guys will be able to listen to it, and if you're ever like in that mood where you just like want to cry, like, I know we all get into it, where you're just like, I could just sit down and cry, but you want like to have a reason why, so you don't just look like you're just like crying for no reason and people can blame it on PMS, listen to that song. It's really good. And yeah, it's really hits you down deep. But other than that, my favorite song of this month, Courage by Orianthe and Lacey. And Orianthe used to sing According to You back in the day. I know she hasn't really had anything out since then. That was pretty much her like popular song. But if you listen to Courage, I know it's a remake. I don't remember who sang it first, but it's really good, and it's one of those like, yeah, I can do whatever I want kind of songs. So definitely check that out. If you're having a hard day, or you just like need a pump up for some reason, listen to that song. Let me think. My favorite store of the month was Home Goods, because I started collecting stuff for my apartment because I hope to move out probably in the next year. So I decided to start collecting stuff instead of like, oh surprise, I have to spend thousands of dollars on home decor. So yes, Home Goods, definitely jam. If you want to see a Home Goods haul, actually I got a lot of stuff this month, so I can show you some of that. Leave it down below if you'd love to see that. Yeah, so, oh, my favorite website, hands down, Pinterest. Just, in love. Because they have wonderful DIYs and Halloween tutorials, which if you didn't watch our Halloween tutorials, you missed out, because they were really fun, and they were really easy, and we're just laid back, so yeah, you missed out if you didn't watch them. I think that's it for my favorites this month. I'll probably think of something after I turn the camera off, which I always do. But yeah, so hope you liked it. Subscribe, all that jazz. You can go join the family. Right now, we have like 7 members in our family, and I mean, it's good, but I always wanted a huge family, so come on, bring the love. We will love you back, you know that. So yeah, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, all that jazz. Let us know what your favorites for the month were. Pick one of the categories that I talked about and put it down below what your favorites were. And maybe we'll try them out, actually. Do a first impression, something like that. So let us know. Alright. Hope you had a wonderful October and your November is going well.